We also find a lot of people have been using their Delphi as a journaling tool.
Yeah, that's another good one. And I've used it as such, so I'll describe that. And I think this is going to get even better for this type of use case as time goes on, because you'll see Delphi. They're going. It's not just going to be for experts and authors and people with a ton of information. So this use case is the fact that you could share your personal journals or insights or recordings directly into Delphi. So, like I said, Delphi accepts audio, video, text. Well, something I like to do, and I've said it a lot on this podcast, is do voice memos to myself.
Yeah.
So just voice memos. You don't even need to transcribe them. I used to go to otter.ai and basically use that to transcribe and then follow up with their little AI chat thing, which is cool, but you're not going to get the full spectrum of the picture of your thoughts. So what I have is in my Delphi, I have this private superhuman Joe Delphi that basically I have loaded in all of my content, existing public content, but I also have different things that I've just shared with myself, on a walk or just different thoughts. And a lot of my otters have been uploaded to there, but also now they're voice memos. Like I have a sauna and I love to it's like a think tank. So I just like riff all sorts of I have 20 minutes at 160 degrees. So I gotta spend the time somehow. But the point is I can now load that into Delphi. It's secure and private only to me. And then I have it programmed in a way on the back end. So there in Delphi, there's this thing called purpose and there's instructions. Basically, that's where you can create this massive prompt. I mean, some of these prompts are like 10,000, 12,000 word prompts, which is just crazy. But the point is, like, I can tell it exactly how I want it to act. The fact that it's only going to be speaking with me, I can, I say, hey, you are an expert. And because I also put in other people's content in there that I think I want to not emulate, but reference. So like there's books around parenting and business and YouTube videos I can reference. Just like any human mind, you can reference other people's materials. You're not ripping them off. You credit them within the system. Just like if you and I were talking and you want to, hey, I watched this really cool YouTube video, or you want to quote someone, well, you would quote them.
Yeah.
At least this way, it's accurate. And like my brain wouldn't remember all these quotes out of thin air. It just doesn't really work that way. But the point is, I now have this Superhuman Joe private version of my Delphi that I can text, talk, call, video. I don't really video myself like that because that's just weird. But a lot of, honestly, the text is probably the way I go the most. And I use it to just get different perspectives of situations I'm going through. I've used it for parenting a lot, especially dealing with basically a she's 5, but feels like a teenager, like what you're dealing with, but mini version. So it's so damn cool. I use it to make content. My team has used a variation of this for content, which is another use case that's separate. Maybe we can talk into that. But yeah, it's basically my personal journal, and I can get feedback about my own thoughts, but also I'm putting it through a lens of like, hey, you are the best version of me. Let's say like 10 years from now, you're here to support me to be the best version of me based on my thoughts, based on some of this other material that I put in here that I think are really good guide posts or, lights. And it basically has that intention built in. So it's always going to lift me up. And if I'm feeling crappy, it's a great way to go and get some feedback. And just like you said about Colt, it's in my voice. So I could speak to me. And so you kind of believe it more. It's weird. Like there's probably some subconscious stuff and science behind all this that I don't know.